Hey there! We're a month away from ICMI18 in London, England, and wouldn't you know it, I am going to be the keynote. Also on the speakers roster will be Alison Tiemann, who gave a really good presentation in Vancouver a while back, and I will link that to the low bar for anybody who's interested in watching it. Now, there are a few things. Of course, we are not feminists. We are the men's rights movement. This means we do not have pots of private, corporate, and government cash to pay for a stylish headquarters in Beverly Hills like the Feminist Majority Foundation. We're more like the National Coalition for Men, whose national offices occupy a third of the basement of a tiny little 1970s brick office building in San Diego. One of the most stubborn questions I get whenever I go to one of these things is why tickets for men's rights conferences cost so dang much, especially when many of the speakers end up having to fund their own expenses. Now, I could get a full event pass to all 4 days of Calgary Expo this year for about $110. Here's why. I could get tickets to an Oilers game for about $100. Here's why. I mean, shit, I could go to a Walk a Mile in Her Shoes event in Edmonton for free, eat hot dogs and drink Gatorade, listen to speeches where the speakers were being paid to speak, and, oh wait, here's why. Hell, I went to see Anita Sarkeesian for less than $30 for two of us, but, yeah, that was organized and sponsored by Edmonton Public Libraries, funded by multiple levels of government, and also sponsored by a couple of charitable trusts. Dude, this is men's rights. We don't get celebrity endorsements. We don't have corporate sponsors. The London library system isn't going to provide us with a free venue in London. No NFL team is about to put on, brightly colored headbands for us anytime soon. Quite the opposite, in fact. And that's something I want you all to think about when you ask yourselves why you might help me and the other honey badgers fund our trip. Toronto Dominion Bank isn't throwing in. Molson Brewing Company isn't donating $1 from every case of beer they sell to help us fund our conference. Shoppers Drug Mart hasn't written us a check for $20,000 to help make this happen. And no TV station is in a bidding war with another TV station over exclusive rights to cover our content. And perhaps most important of all, Uncle Soros isn't underwriting any of it. All we actually have is ticket-buying bums on seats and the dedication and generosity of the individual working, tax-paying people who are determined to make this shit happen. Why are tickets to ICMI18 £265? First, because you didn't order your ticket early at the discounted rate, which means not all the tickets cost £265. But even if they did all sell for £265, assuming an attendance of 200 ticket holders, that would provide £2,650 per speaker. Add in 3 days of venue rental, security, comped tickets for the press, logistical, equipment, and legal considerations, and finally, the fact that the guy, Mike Buchanan, who undertook this entire thing, he at least deserves to break even for his work. And, factor in the fact that Kleenex isn't donating 50 cents from every box of tissue sold to our event. I hope you guys are able to understand so many of the things that you are used to attending, that you are used to purchasing tickets for, are subsidized by the government or corporations. You are not paying the full price of your ticket. Now, this is the very definition of grassroots, people. This is the very definition of fighting the status quo. When the adpocalypse happened, everybody understood it. They all understood that the establishment was actually threatening people's ability to create content or to voice dissenting or unpopular opinions, because the establishment was threatening to withdraw revenue we relied on. Well, a men's rights conference doesn't even have an establishment threatening to pull its support, because you can't threaten to pull something that wasn't there in the first place. We're on our own, people. Without Toronto Dominion Bank or Boots drugstores handing us money and credibility, we really, really, really are on our own. So it will be up to those individual members of the public, whether they purchase a ticket or contribute a little via a donation. It will be up to you to make this happen. Thank you.